Good evening and aloha. Thank you very much for joining our Jodo Shu daily service. And today again from Korowa Jodo Mission, I'm delivering Jodo Shu services. And already November 10, and several days ago, we actually set 2021 schedule. And that was very hard because we cannot predict future and how good or how bad we don't know at all. So it's very hard, to decide when to have a, event and when to have a service. Is this for in-person service? Is this for virtual service? It's still unsure. So we actually decided to make it virtual service so that, depending on the situation, actually, we actually continue to do the service on schedule, as planned. So everything virtual service, so there is no cancellation, and that's actually good. And then if the situation gets better, you can come. We can invite, we can extend invitation people to come to the service if, the situation gets better. But if the situation stay same, actually we continue to do the virtual service. So that we actually decided recently. And today, November 10, we actually offered purple water lilies. So today, just like yesterday, Isla Morada purple water lily, and this one is called hardy water lily. It's called colorata, and then tropical water lily Tina, and King of Cheyenne, and then this is Purple Joy. So Hawaii, through the year, you can enjoy water lilies, and so this is like pure land. I always feel, whenever I see the water lily, this is like pure land. But actually, pure land can be your area. It's actually up to you whether you should feel this is pure land or not. This is a great area to live or not. And of course, Hawaii, although this is like a paradise, but actually also they have demerits too, as well as good merits. And we do have demerits too. So wherever you live, actually, there is good and bad. So there are both good and bad things. So we need to actually be positive to live in the area. So Japanese, there is a saying that sumeba miyako. And sumeba miyako means that if you live there, that's your capital city. So capital city is actually wherever you live in. So that's actually I feel very wonderful, saying. So when I came to Kauai, I kind of like exiled because I never knew Kauai was so nice, so beautiful. I actually didn't know the attractions of Kauai, but I'm so attracted to the Kauai because I found, attractions, good things about Kauai as live longer. And before I didn't know it, but I actually encouraged myself by saying, Sumeba miyako, Sumeba miyako, this is my capital city. So wherever you live in, that must be your capital city. And today, November 10, we actually chanted Isshi Koshosoku, one sheet missive. And missive, I don't know, my pronunciation may be wrong, is a short letter. And the letter was written by Honen Shonin, and it was sent to Kuroda Shonin. So Kuroda Shonin. And then there was some opinions that who was Kuroda Shonin? And one of the, I think nowadays study, maybe they found a new opinion, but my age, Kuroda Shonin was regarded as Chogen. And Chogen, actually one of the disciples who learned, Nembutsu practice under Honen Shonin. And so good relationship and Chogen. So it is said that, Chogen. And then Chogen, later he restored Todaiji Temple, which was burned by Taira clan, the Shigehira Taira. And then Shigehira Taira was one of, I think, number 5 boys of Kiyomori, Taira Kiyomori, is actually the very powerful samurai who was related to the emperor. And so the Taira clan, the Sodaisho, then he had many boys, and then one of the boys was Shigehira. And the Shigehira, Taira no Shigehira, actually burned Kofukuji Temple and Todaiji Temple and burned down the great Buddha statue. And that was, at the time, considered to be one of the 5 grievous crimes. So that is the biggest crime, because burned the Buddhist temples and also Buddha statues. So when he was captured, and actually he had a penalty of death after the war, he actually wished to see Master Honen. So Taira no Shigehira actually wanted to meet before he sentenced death. He wanted to meet Honen Shonin, and then Honen Shonin met and gave the precept to the Taira no Shigehira. And at the time, Shigehira, his biggest concern was he realized that I'm so sinful man who burned the Buddha statues and then Buddhist temples, and is there any way I'll be saved? And Honen Shonin actually shows a Nembutsu, and if you regret it, you believe in the original vow of Amida Buddha, you recite Namu Amida Butsu with sincerity, and then you be able to attain birth in the Pure Land. So that is actually very compassionate words that Honen Shonin, even he was a very sinful man, Honen Shonin showed the way of salvation for the enlightenment to be born into the Pure Land of Amida Buddha. And so Shigehira cried, he was moved that Honen Shonin showed the way of salvation, that, there is a chance, even though he was a sinful man, he did, one of the 5 grievous crimes. But Honen Shonin said, if you believe in Amida Buddha, essential vow, and without doubt, and you recite Namu Amida Butsu, that's the way that you be able to be born into the Amida Buddha. So then this actually compassionate words was transmitted now. So because it is Amida Buddha is the most compassionate Buddhas in the universe, and he offered everybody, so he didn't want certain people to be born into the Pure Land, but he want everybody. So that is actually Amida Buddha's wish. So Honen Shonin realized that, because it is Amida, not my wish, Amida wish that everyone to be born Amida Buddha. So you, the Shigehira, Taira, could be born into the Amida Buddha land. So he actually, at the last moment of death, he was able to have hope. And this hope actually, continued for 800 years later. And in 2024, we will have 850th, grand memorial service, grand memorial anniversary since the foundation of the Jodo Shu in 1175. And so, we are actually want to have something very worthy and something attractive, and the event for everyone to join. So that going to happen in 2024. We will have 850th grand memorial anniversary of Jodo Shu's founding in 1175. So I hope that year, of course, maybe by the end of next year, we have better situation. So I do hope that until then, please be safe and please be take care, and that's very important. Reverently call upon Amida Buddha, the world-honored one, to enter this sacred place. We reverently call upon Shakyamuni Tathagata, the enlightened one, to enter this sacred place. We reverently call upon the Tathagatas of the 10 directions to enter this sacred place. Gashaku shozo shoyakumon kanyu mushi tonjinchi jishin go ishi shosho issai ga konkai san. The harmful actions I have done in the past are all derived from my inherent greed, anger, and delusion. Born of my conduct, words, and thoughts, I now repent them all. 10年。ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブムアミダナムアミダブチナムアミダブ。無常人人未妙法百千万語南宋雅根検問徳十字南下如来真実義。The unsurpassed, profound, and wondrous Dharma, even after 100,000 millions aeons, is difficult to encounter. We now here receive and uphold it. May we understand the true message of the Tathagata. 仏の時たも阿弥陀如来光明単独書仏阿難に告げたまわく無量呪物の偉人光明は最尊第一にして諸仏の光明もよく及ばざるところなり、あるいは仏光あり百仏世界あるいは千仏世界を照らす。世を取りてこれをいわばすなわち逃亡豪者の仏説を照らす。南西北方四唯上下もまたまた格のごとし。あるいは仏光あり七尺を照らし、あるいは一油順二三四五油順を照らす。 核のごとく転売してないし一物節度を照らす。このゆえに無量寿物は無量好物、無変好物、無下好物、無体好物、縁能好物、症状好物、寛義好物、知恵好物、不断好物、難事好物、無償好物、超日学好物と合し立て祭り。それ史上ありてこの光に合う者は三苦消滅し真に入難なり、寛義予約して全身生ず。もし三図言句のところにありてこの光明を見立て祭らは皆苦足を得てまた苦悩なく、重々の後皆下脱を被る。無量寿物の光明を見覚にして実法を商用し、諸物の国土に聞こえずということなし。ただ我今その光明を称するのみにあらず、一切の諸物正門弦楽もろもろの菩薩種もことごとく共に誕生したもこと、またまた格のごとし。もし史上ありてその光明の偉人功徳を聞きて日夜に小絶して真不断ならば、心の諸願に従いてその国に生ずることを得て、もろもろの菩薩正門大師のために共に誕生してその功徳を生せられん。その思考をして後仏道を売るときに至りてあまねく実法の諸仏菩薩のためにその光明を誕ぜられんこと、また今のごとくならん。仏の玉枠我無量寿仏の光明偉人の義義主妙なるを説くこと昼夜一行すともなお未だ尽くすことあたわじ。Komyo Tandokusho, the Adoration of Amida Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha told Ananda, the light that issues from Amida Buddha is immeasurable and bright. It outshines all others, and none is comparable to him. His light shines over 100 Buddha lands or 1,000 Buddha lands. To be brief, it illuminates the Buddha lands of the east, which are as countless as the sands of the river Ganges. It is the same with lands in the south, west, and north, and four corners, and the zenith and nadir. It also illuminates a 7-foot space, as well as a space equal to 1 yojana, or 2, 3, 4, or 5 yojana. Then, thus added, their brightness reaches many 100,000 Buddha lands and light up a whole universe. Hence, O Ananda, for that reason, Amida Buddha is also called in adoration the Buddha of infinite light, the Buddha of boundless light, the Buddha of unhindered light, the Buddha of incomparable light, the Buddha of burning light, the Buddha of pure light, the Buddha of delightful light, the Buddha of wisdom's light, the Buddha of incessant light, the Buddha of inconceivable light, the Buddha of indescribable light, the Buddha whose light surpasses the sun and the full moon. Anyone who enters into this light of Amida Buddha will be cleansed of the three defilements, greed, anger, and ignorance. His body and mind will soften and feel relaxed. His heart will rejoice in happiness, thereby producing the pleasure of good disposition. Should anyone come across this light in the three nether realms, where only pain and despair reign, he will be relieved of agony and obtain rest and repose. When he ends his life, enlightenment will be bestowed upon him. The light of the Buddha Amitabha is bright and splendid, and it shines over the whole universe. There is no land not shone upon by his light. As I now adore his light, so all the Buddhas, Shurabhakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas adore him. If anyone, on the hearing of the great virtues of his light, recite his name day and night continuously and sincerely in his heart, he will naturally be received into the pure land of Amida Buddha as he wishes. And then the merits of his exercise will be highly adored by all the Bodhisattvas, Shurabhakas, and others in the pure land. As I do now, when he finally attains Buddhahood, His light will also be highly praised by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the universe alike. Shakyamuni Buddha continued with these words. Even though I adore the magnificence and wonder of Amida Buddha's light for countless days and nights, I may not be able to describe him well. Mida Honzei Gan Mokuraku Shiyomon Josan Toeko Sokusho Musho Shin. Amida Buddha's original vows are the essential gate to the ultimate bliss. May this merit be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain birth in the pure land. 10年。ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブムアミダナムアミダブチュナムアミダブ。慎み敬って拝読し立て祭る宗祖法然上人ご法後一子故障即末代の史上を往生極楽の木に当ててみるに行少なしとても疑うべからず1年10年に足りぬべし罪人なりとても疑うべからず大根深きをも嫌わじとのたまえり時下れにとても疑うべからず法滅以後の主上な表往生すべし岩や近代よや我が身はろしとても疑うべからず自身はこれ煩悩具足せる凡夫なりとのたまえり実法に浄土を受けれの裁縫を願うは十悪五逆の史上の生まるるゆえなり諸仏の中に皆に帰したて祭るは3年5年に至るまで自ら来航したもゆえなり諸行の中に念仏を持ちうる若の仏の本願なるゆえなり今阿弥陀の本願に乗じて往生し難に願として饒舌ということあるべからず本願に乗ずることは信心の深きによるべし受けがたき人参を受けて愛がたき本願に愛て起こしがたき同心を起こして離れがたき輪廻の里を離れて生まれがたき浄土に往生せんこと喜びの中の喜びなり罪は十悪逆の者も埋まると信じて正罪をもかざじと思うべし罪人なお埋まる言わんや善人をや行は1年10年なお虚しからずと信じて無権に主すべし1年なお生まる言わんや多年をや阿弥陀仏は不主小学の言葉を成就して現にかの国にましませば定んで明獣の時は来航したまわん釈尊は良きかな我が教えに従いて生じをあなると知見したまい六方の諸仏は喜ばしきかな我が生じを信じて二人の浄土に生まると喜びたもらんと天に仰ぎ地に伏して喜ぶべしこの度皆の本願に会うことを行住座がにも法ずべしかの仏の音読を頼みても頼むべきはないし10年の言葉信じてもなお信ずべきは筆徳往生の門なり。法然上人letter to Kuroda Shonin, the one-page missive. When considering the capacity of living beings in the latter age of the Dharma, we should not doubt the attainment of birth in the Amida Buddha's pure land of ultimate bliss, even though we may hardly practice. One restitution or 10 restitutions suffice. Even those who are in unfortunate state due to their past should have no doubt. Shakyamuni proclaimed that Amida would never abandon us, no matter how deep the roots of all our transgressions. Though much time has passed since the time of Shakyamuni, we should still have no doubt that the living beings can be born into the Pure Land even after the extinction of the Dharma. So why not now in this time? We should not doubt, even if we ourselves are spiritually disadvantaged for Master Shantao's sake. I myself am an ordinary person, Bonpu, full of defilements. Though there are many Pure Lands in the 10 directions, the reason we aspire to be born in the Western Pure Land of Amida is that even those who have committed the 10 transgressions and the 5 grievous crimes can be born there. Of all the Buddhas, the reason we take refuge in Amida Buddha is that he will personally welcome us to the Pure Land with even the 3 or 5 Nembutsu restrictions. Of all the practice, the reason we recite the Nembutsu is that Amida directed us to pursue this practice in the original vow. If we now aspire to be born in Amida Pure Land through the original vow, then we should not doubt its accomplishment. To be embraced by the original vow depends on our entering and trusting mind, Shinjin. We have received this human form, which is difficult to receive. We have encountered the original vow, which are difficult to encounter. We have awakened to the cultivating mind, which is difficult to awaken. We have separated ourselves from the cycle of birth and death, which is difficult to part from, to be born in the Pure Land, which is difficult to be born into, and is happiness of the happinesses. As for wrongdoings, even those who have committed the 10 transgressions and 5 grievous crimes have faith that they will be born in the Pure Land. Then think how much more so for those who have not committed even the smallest transgression. If such transgressions can gain birth in the Pure Land, how much more so can a good person? If we believe that 1 or 10 restrictions of Nembutsu are not in vain, then we should practice ceaselessly. If we can be born in the Pure Land through 1 restriction, how much more so for many restrictions? Since Amida Buddha fulfilled his words that he would not attain enlightenment until all beings who aspire to be born in his land are born there, as is he now is a Pure Land. Therefore, Amida will surely come to receive us at the determined time of death. Shakyamuni Buddha declared, "Excellent, and abide by my teaching and leave the cycle of death, birth and death behind." All the Buddhas in the 6 directions proclaim, "This is joyous. Trust that we have witnessed this and be truly happy that you will be born in the non-retrogressive Pure Land. Revere the heavens, bow to the earth, and rejoice in having encountered the original vow of Buddha Amitabha. You shall be rewarded by the grace of Amida Buddha for practicing Nembutsu, whether you are walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. We rely with utmost sincerity on this because Amida Buddha says that all who recite Nembutsu, even 10 times, shall be welcome. We trust this with utmost sincerity because Shantao taught in his hymns in praise of Pure Land birth that all who practice Nembutsu will surely be born into the Pure Land." Komyo henjo jippo sekai nenbushu jo seishu fusha nami wa amida namu amida namu amida Dedication of merit. I revere the king of the great compassionate vows, Amida Buddha, the dispatcher and founder of the teaching Shakyamuni Buddha, all the Buddhas, as many as the sons of the Ganges in the 6 directions, Kannon, Seishi, all the great bodhisattvas, the world assemblies of ultimate bliss, the beings of the pure and great ocean, and the 3 treasures and great compassion. May there be harmony below the heavens with the sun and the moon shining brightly. May the wind and rain be timely and disasters and calamity not arise. May nations be bountiful, people safe, and armies and weapons not to be used. Let us revere birth and humanity and cultivate respect and humility. Our High Patriarch Komyo, the Great Master Shandao, our founders, Great Master Enko, Tozen, Ejo, Kokaku, Jikyo, Mensho, Wajin, Honi, Daisho, Honen, Shoni, the Second Patriarch, National Teacher, Daisho, Shoju, Shoko, Shoni, the Third Patriarch, the Recording and Meditation Master, Kishu, Ryochu, Shoni, the light of transmitting the pure land of the 3 countries, and all the great patriarchs by realizing the compassionate blessings. The founding master of our temple, the restorer, and all the priests who serve this temple with the Fugen practice will achieve perfect enlightenment. My prayers to my teachers and ministers, to my father and mother, to all the temple members, donors, and all living beings with whom I have karmic connections. May all those who are living experience joy, prosperity, and longevity without limit. May those who have died escape from suffering and transcend to be born into the pure land. We pray for the peace and stability of our temple and for complete affinity with the past. May we be completely free of hindrances and cultivate our practice of the Buddhist path. Since the founding of this temple, to all the members, the daily and monthly memorial tablet, the recently deceased, those in the intermediate stage of existence, and to all spirits, may we cultivate virtues so that they may be enlightened. We bow here on with the virtues accumulated from this place of practice to transfer our merit to our beloved ones for their happiness and achievement of enlightenment. Isshi Koshosoku. We aspire for these merits and badges to be equally bestowed upon all, and may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve birth in the pure land of peace and bliss. 10年。ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブムアミダナムアミダブツナムアミダブ主上無変性願道無変性願だ訪問無人性願地無常菩提性願生じた崩壊道理役無償極楽成仏However innumerable sentient beings are, I honestly vow to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible delusions are, I honestly vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Buddha's teachings are, I honestly vow to comprehend them all. However incomparable enlightenment is, I honestly vow to attain it by all means. I sincerely wish to share the blessing with all beings. Together we are born into the pure land of ultimate bliss to achieve the way of the Buddha. Sanshōrai. ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナMay we now call upon all the Buddhas to return to their lands. We offer incense and flowers in appreciation to send them off. We ask for your compassionate guidance and protection. May those who have gone before us to encourage us to attain birth in the pure land. Namu Amida Bu, 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 Namu Amida Bu.